cool crowd. What's shaking? Oh, yeah. Hey, hipsters, it's groovy, cats. Oh, I can dig it.
Hey yo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here today with another video. Today's going to be a long-ass video. We got tons of JP events, a speedrun of the Set 17 reveals, and tons of global events as well, and so much more than that. So without further ado, let's begin, starting with JP News. So here's just the calendar for April 2021 for JP. We're going to cover what sorts of stuff we have, roughly speaking. On the first, we have the new set release. There's the Vanguard 0 2021 Spring Qualifiers over the 25th, and so much more. And let's just get into it. First of all, with the Link Joker Edition Climax and Infinite Rebirth Gacha, there is a commemoration campaign for 20 packs. Next up, we have the limited to April 1st Super Dimension Robo Daiyusha event. Now, this is being broadcast in a Super Dimension. Log into the app right now to see a special story and bring everyone's power to Daiyusha. How this event works is that if you log in, you will get the title. If you read the story, you will get the sleeves. And if you can collect a Proof of Courage ticket that can be exchanged for a double rare or triple rare Dimension Police unit, if all player plays rank fights and hits the target of 14,000 times. So hope you did your part. Hope everyone got this done and became a Dimension hero yourself. Next up, we have the World Invasion Campaign, World End Edition. So from the 2nd of April to 9th of April, during the campaign, you can get items for completing missions and the total number of Link Joker wins of each player. The limited missions, by clearing the campaign mission, you get Omega medals to exchange for a reverse unit, and only applies to cards released before the 31st of March. Card exchange the normal versions of a unit to their reversed form. So you cannot exchange from a reverse to the normal one because that's not how Link Joker works. And again, this only applies to cards of the same rarity released before the 31st of March. In addition, there's a 10 gacha pull with triple rare. So there will be an exclusive 10 pull gacha with 1,000 gems. And you can get a triple rare ticket for set 17 as a bonus. So this is all really, really good. More specifically, here are the missions. If you get 7,000, then you get 1 Sentinel medal. If you get 15,000 wins, then you get 50 V medals. 30,000, you get 100 gems, and 50,000, you get one of these Takudo thingies. For the Omega medals, you can exchange them for reverse units. Of course, you can only exchange for one of each. And here you can see that you can exchange the normal ones for the reverse copies. Of course, it has to be the same rarity, so you can exchange double rare like Ramiel to a triple rare. Fortunately, that's not how it works, but it is what it is, and it's really solid, especially since some of these units are ranked rewards after all. So if you have extra copies, instead of dusting them for 30 mats, you can exchange them for the reverse counterpart instead. The specific missions are: win 5 times with Link Joker, win 2 times with Dimension Police, win 1 times with Royal Paladin, win 1 times with Kagero, win 1 time with Aquaforce, win 1 time with Great Nature. During fights, lock 5 times, during fights, lock 10 times, and during fights, lock 15 times, respectively. All of these missions can be done in Rank Fight, Fan Fight, or the training guns, so be sure to pick the mode that is most suitable for yourself and get started. For the new season, it is Season 32, Trumpeter of Liberation, beginning on April 1st, and will last till April 15th. The rewards include sleeves for Revenger, Dragruler Phantom, and Liberator Star Rain Trumpeter, as well as Legend 10, 20, 30, and 50 reward goes to Liberator Star Rain Trumpeter. Now, this card is amazing. We'll cover this card skill in a bit, so be sure to stick around for more. Moreover, we have Artemis and Ashley season rewards going into the tournament shop later. Remember how we can exchange Ashley for Ashley reverse, so if you do have the gacha counterpart, exchange that for the reverse, and you can still exchange for the break ride through the tournament shop if you don't have the rank reward copy already. Next up, we have a quick little update. All reverse units will get the new following text. Quote, this card can be included in a Link Joker deck, but loses all its abilities. So this has interesting implications. Why is this important? Well, Glendio's gang is here, so we will cover up the skills for Glendio's gang in a bit, so again, stay tuned for more. We have the triple rare guarantee for last month. At the end of each set, they usually have these, so if you missed out, well, expect this for set 17 as well. There's this little quick my room kind of competition. They usually do this in JP. They don't do this in global. They used to do it once, But yeah, like if you win, you get these little amazing titles. This one is a coordinator one with Asuka on it for Valentine's, so this is really cool. And with that all done and dusted, let's get straight into the set 17 reveals and speed run through it. Now moving on to the card reveals, honestly there are way too many cards to cover this week. And I always link the Vanguard Zero database, which has the English translations down in the description down below. So I'm just gonna go quickly skim through my thoughts on these cards. If you want to check out the skill yourself, feel free to go down to the link and read them out and check them all out. So with Alfred, it's not buffed, not nerfed really. It's Soul Blast 2 Kind Mastery. It's quite expensive really. I don't know if I expect it to be played as a 4 of. I kind of see it as replacing the Easel Scissors in the current Liberator build, which is more focused on Zenith. But you know, being able to set up Blaster Blade Liberator as usual and getting crit and power is pretty solid. Next we have Zoran. Zoran is a grade 1 on place from deck. You get to put this into the soul, check top 3 and add one and add one to the board. Add one Liberator to the board. I think this card is pretty solid. I don't know if there's enough space right now, but in Legion this is going to be really cool to play. As you know, the gold paladin Legion support is Liberator, so that's always good to have in your pocket. It's always a great tech option. Trumpeter, really good card. Enough said. On place, Blaster Blade from the drop zone or soul to your deck. Call the top card of your deck to an open rearguard circle, and you know, it's just basically a free +1. Returning Blaster Blade Liberator just means you get to search it out more often and retire with it. You have so many cards that actively uses it, like Zenith or Gansalot or like Alfred, and you know, it's not really a cost really. +1 is always really good. Holy Shine Dragon is a really interesting card. Break 4 at the end of the turn, you may ride a grade 3 from your soul. If you roll, this card goes from the soul to your hand. And Vanguard Circle on place, count +1 to call the top card. So you can kind of break ride spam with this card. I see potential with this. Just spamming Gansalot really, searching out your Blaster Blade Liberator and retire. Count +1 to just +1, even as a first ride target, it's still solid really. So I think it's a pretty good card. But I don't see a lot of play with this card yet, so I am excited to try it out myself when the time comes. Next we have Glendios. Glendios has a big chunk of text. Basically does the same thing, except one of the key differences is that the on place reverse unit it prioritizes back row and starts with an Omega lock status rather than a just normal lock. So it makes the feasibility of going for World's End or just locking down your opponent much more feasible. The +5 is continuous, so it's both your and your opponent's turn, which is nice because there are cards that will give your reverse units intercept status, so that's pretty solid. Overall, this deck seems to be a bit slow in the JP meta right now, but I still definitely want to play test this card. I think it's really cool and definitely an icon. It does get support in the future, so who knows, maybe it'll become much more valuable down the line. Magnet Hollow is just on hit, kind of +1, add a reverse from your deck to your hand. Pretty good, especially in this game where your drive checks just don't end up in your hand. It just means that your reverse units count is just artificially lower. You just draw into them less, and so being able to hit and search for one specifically and just guarantee yourself a lock, an Omega lock in that case, is really solid. Cold Death Dragon, definitely super valuable card. This is honestly MVP. Even like CBD decks I've seen play this card recently. 8k on place. If your opponent has the locked card, count +1 at the start of your opponent's next turn. Your opponent puts down a card from their top of the deck on a rearguard circle face down as a locked card. So it basically just extends your lock plays, shuts down an extra column or row maybe, or even at the very least a booster, and yeah, steps on something. So that's cool. Worldline Dragon got buffed. It's pretty solid. You're still discarding a reverse unit, but instead of just adding it to your hand right now, you're adding a copy of it back into the deck. So you're not reducing the reverse count or the trigger count in your deck now, which is really good. I originally thought that they just give you a copy and add it to your hand and shuffle, but I guess this is basically the same idea, so pretty happy about that. Reverse Cradle. Now I think Reverse Cradle actually got better. Number break for once per turn when your reverse rearguard is called. Lock one of your opponent's rearguards at random with priority to back row. This gets +5. I think it's the same thing. Rearguard circle when placed. If your Vanguard is Omega Glendios, you can discard an Omega Glendios from your hand to add a reverse card from your drop zone. So I think this is new. From what I recall, I never remembered that this card had this skill, but it's solid, right? Because it is your only reverse unit in Link Joker. So this does still work with your other reverse units, even if you miss the Omega Glendios, and helps you fetches out different named reverse units just by on place. So that's really good. And we need different names again, as we talked about in the rival event video. Ruined Magician on place. Camelot want to add a reverse card through drop zone to your hand for each different reverse rearguards. So you do need the different names. So play one of each of your favorite ones. There are a bunch of them. There's a dozen, as you saw in the intro. So feel free to pick the ones you want, whether it's the waifu, husbandos, or the dragons. Choose what you want, and it's nice. Celebrating variety. This is the super hard to pronounce one, so I'm just going to skip it. On place, countercharge one for each different name. Same thing as before. Rubidium. This card used to be when it's put into the Guardian Circle, you just get to redirect the attack to a reverse unit. But now it just grants a reverse unit and intercepts instead by retiring this unit on your board. Is it better? Not really, because you can't guard really. You can't choose to guard, but I guess with your reverse units being 16k body, if you are on Omega Glendios anyways, it is still a solid pick. Probably a 1 or 2 of, depending on how tight the space is and how much defense you need for this deck. So I believe those are all the officially mentioned cards from their social media. Now I'm just going to cover some of the key cards I kind of value and want to go over that are part of the set that didn't really get spotlighted. If I covered every single card, this video would be like 30 minutes long, so let's just skim over it. Judged by Revenger needs Phantom Name, but helps you just call 2 grade 1s from your deck as rest. If you're playing, you know, any deck with, you know, Mordred Phantom or Dragular Phantom, it's just really solid +2. Because you have Blackwing Swordbreaker, which is, you know, really solid, rare. You're going to play this for a very long time. On place from deck, so last one, draw a card. Great synergy. You just use this card, call 2 Swordbreakers, so last 2, draw 2. So good. Shadowlancer helps you search out for Mordred Phantom, same thing as the Dragonic Overlord 1. Violent Horn Dragon Overlords are finally getting a 7+3, but it doesn't have the Overlord name, which is kind of the problem with Burning Horn Dragon, but nonetheless still a great option. History Liberator Miron lets you check top 5 and add a grade 3 or greater to your hand. There used to be another Liberator, which was on attack, you get to counterblast 1, check top 5. So this is counterblast less, but it needs to be on place from your deck. So there are trade-offs, but with the amount of superior calling, like with Trumpeter and with Alfred and whatever, I think Miron is definitely really solid, and you know, resolves the kind of counterblast heavy issue that Gold's had in the past. So that is basically all the reveals I wanted to go over, and now let's go over to global news. With global, we have the calendar for April 2021 as well. First is the Miwa birthday, so rejoice for that. We have the first anniversary reverse campaign till the 9th. The first anniversary starts on the 9th, so if people are wondering why the gacha and stuff aren't here yet, well, it starts later. There are a bunch of events that we will cover right now, so stay tuned for that. First of all, we have the Catastrophic Outbreak set. So there's the Link Joker, Dimension Police, Angel Feather, Aqua Force, and Nova Grappler stuff. If you still don't know what's included and key cards to note for, please check out the set overview I do every month. We have anniversary medals for the participating gacha banners. So trade in your anniversary medals for double rare and triple rare cards in the exchange. Double rares for 15 medals and triple rare for 50. This goes for every single banner so far, so this is really solid. And it includes the Overdress banner, so thank you chat for letting me know. I wasted 15 packs on the normal set 14 banner before going for the Overdress banner. Overdress banner is gem only, but includes both anniversary medals and D medals. So this will be run, play with 1000 gems, so about 10 times on a banner. And with 100, you can exchange for one of the character skins, Yu or Megumi. So if you're gonna roll for set 14 anyways, why not spend your gems on this banner instead, which is exactly what I did. So I rolled 200 on this banner, got both skins, very cool. If you want to check out how they run, go check out my playtesting stream. I used them both once respectively near the end of the stream. We have the new user and comeback campaign for new users and returning users enjoy an amazing 50 gacha tickets login bonus. This is defined as players that did not log in since January 1st or new accounts starting from April 1st. On day 1, you'll get 10, day 2, you'll get 5, day 3, you'll get 10, day 4, you'll get 5, day 5, you'll get 5, day 6, you'll get 5, day 7, you get 10, in total 50. Did you catch that? I didn't even catch that. So, just know that if you log in every day, you'll get 50 in total. Next, we have the Anniversary Gacha Aichi and Anniversary Gacha Kai. So we covered this as well in the set overview. One of the key differences is that JP's anniversary was 1 month ago. So ours, for global players, ours include cards from set 13. So this includes cards like Dragonic Novel Vague. It includes stuff like Amon Reverse. So be sure to check out the slight differences. Overall, I think it's a positive. I would much rather get an Amon Reverse than Edo Rose, for example. So this is pretty cool. And yeah, cool change. Next, we have the 2 special gadgets as well, Riot of Powers and Talents Unleashed. These are Event Clan banners. So the first one, Riot of Powers, includes Grand Blue, Tachikaze, and Murakumo. The second one, Talents Unleashed, includes Neo Nectar, Spike Brothers, Mega Colony, and Nubatama. So Nubatama is not in the visuals because JP didn't have Nubatama, but surprisingly they added them, and this is really solid. If you're interested in knowing the contents of these 2 gachas, link in the description down below for the entire stuff, all the notes that they put, so go check that out. Next, we have Friend Fight Week. You do missions and log in to get these items. Log in day 1, you get Blaster Blade. Log in day 2, you get 10 anniversary tickets. Log in day 3 for Dragonic Overlord. PR day 4 for 5 anniversary tickets, and day 5 for 10 anniversary tickets. So that's 25 tickets in total and 2 promos. In addition, you can exchange 5 Friend Fight badges for the Aichi emblem, 5 for the Kai emblem, 5 for the sleeve, and 1 for the anniversary gacha ticket, up to 10. So in total, through the Friend Fight week, you can get up to 35 packs and 2 promo arts. So this is really cool. Next up, we also have Rank Fight Week. So after the Friend Fight Week, we have the Rank Fight Week. You can get anniversary charms through the login bonus and the missions. So for logging in each day for 6 days, you can get 5 anniversary charms each day, so a total of 30. And with each anniversary charm, you can exchange for 1 anniversary medal, it's limited to 50. For 10 anniversary charms, you can exchange for 1 Blaster Blade sleeve. For 10, you can exchange for 1 Dragonic Overlord sleeve. For 15, you can exchange for 1 anniversary title Aichi. For 15 anniversary charms, you can exchange for 1 anniversary title Kai. And again, get the full details from the event announcements, because you only get 30 charms, so you'll only get up to 30 anniversary medals, but that's at least 2 double rares and only 20 away from a triple rare, so that's really, really cool. In addition, we have the first anniversary reverse event, which is basically the JP rival event. Takutsu crushed Vanguard Zero's first anniversary, but Aichi needs your power to push back the Link Joker invasion. If we can beat Reverse Kai 100,000 times combined among all players in the event fight, something special will happen. So do your daily event fights, do your part, and get that counter to 0 for everyone. New rank fight season, we have Season 24 Dance Shining Feather from the 1st to the 15th. The sleeves include Cleanup Celestial, Ramiel Reverse, and Dark Dimension Robo Reverse Dayusha. And the Legend 10, 20, 30, 50 reward goes to Solidify Celestial Zorakio, which is a really cool art. Next, we have new skins that we covered in the set overview. Skins for Rekka, Suiko, and Kenji, and returning skins for Jillian and Charlene, the Aquaforce twins. Then we have the V Coupon Shop tournament, the Kokoa and the Dayusha. Kokoa is played commonly in the Battle Sister archetype, especially with the new buff, and Dayusha is just a solid pick for DP decks overall. We have the new PGs added to the shop. You definitely want to pick up the Blau one if you're playing Blaus, and you definitely want to pick up the DP one if you're playing Dimension Robos. And lastly, we have the last of the Bang Dream event, Kokoro Tsurumaki from Hello Happy World. So link in the description down below, remember to fill it in. At the very least, you will get sleeves and then a title, and maybe if you're lucky, you get the 10 gacha tickets or the box of cards. And yeah, that's basically the 5th week, so hopefully everyone picked them up. I know a lot of people missed out. I hope you're not one of them. Free stuff is always good stuff, so go do that. And that is all. Long video today, but full of hype. There's so much to go through. I know I skimmed through it a bit, but if you want to know more, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Hopefully there's less news next week so I could get to take a break during my exam season. And yeah, be sure to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already and want to see more. And until next time, Entropy out.